shit heavy.
Welcome to Football Tune. This is your host DP. Yeah, guys, it's been a long time coming. Let's get straight into it. Yeah, it's what I'm just going to introduce my colleagues. We have Como to my right in the virtual room, and we have people Dino below me. We're gonna go straight into it, guys. Just yeah, I know we said we weren't going to discuss certain topics that get under my skin, but yeah, what can we say? Before we start the show, Como, any pressing topics you want to talk about or something you just want to jump straight into before we get into
Nah,
the
I think
show?
I think let's go with the flow. Good to be back on the show. We excited about today, and I think for those tuning in, welcome again. Tune in, like, subscribe. Let's get it going. Let's get it moving. Yep.
Tristan?
We actually need that tag to pop up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just talk about the results. I think that we like the results this weekend. There will come some shocking ones. Can I get into Liverpool? Of course,
Yeah, I
Liverpool.
know you go for it. We definitely want to
We
discuss Liverpool.
Liverpool. So my team. Hey, I'm starting to just want to watch soccer just for the sake of the game.
You
Hey,
learn
it
about
was
pirates.
frustrating.
Why don't I actually learn
I'd
on
rather
pirates?
watch Pirates. Happy people are back. But so Saturday our
Mm.
game, we just had no bites again, man. Up front, I know Junior will be happy with this, but Salah was
Mm.
poor. After coming off the bat of you won against City, you scored a winning goal. You had a hat trick. You can't score against Nottingham Forest. I don't know. We're definitely losing our. We don't have our bite there, but. Yeah, that was the shocker one, but then the other shocker one is the Aston Villa one. I don't know about the shocker, but just when Gerrard got fired, they go and score 4 goals at home, 4 goals at home, and there's something there that says that definitely Gerrard definitely lost the change room and his players. But yeah, those
Before
are
you
two results.
try and get a smart one on us here and try and move past Liverpool. No, bro, don't even come with that story. Don't even come with
Let's just rewind.
yeah. Don't even come and get clear with us. I got left continuously for months. I stood and caught my puck. Let's go back. Okay, this is my take on the whole
Yeah,
Liverpool thing.
you're
And
all
and
rubbish.
I
Let me
love I
tell you
love I
that
love it
now.
when Liverpool's in the mud. I admit that. I love it. But
Mm.
when I sit and I see the whole Liverpool game, it's actually not fun for me because your coach makes it worse because he makes the worst excuses. Like he said, we win a game, but we lose two players. So if you basically you won the game, but you lost two players, you got injured for the next game. And you know what's
Bro,
the sad part of the whole Forest fan group? So many players they were defending with, and they knew what tactic to play on.
Five.
They knew what
So it was
tactic
a
to play on.
5-5 formation. They literally played a
mm.
5-5 formation. With five in the back, five in the midfield, no one up front. Yeah.
but this is the thing, right? This is the thing, and this is what bothers me with Liverpool. And I think that it's you guys have been this way for a very long time. You're very one-dimensional. If
Yeah, true.
you're not, Man City is also very the same. Well, move the ball well. Well, don't know how to just kick it up front and let the O's battle in the front. You know that the Bertie Sky News on Oval Road grounds, where you get the
Hmm.
light pole and the lights even bite out. You don't know about that. You know which is good. Klopp is setting his ways. You wanna play from the back. You want to use the wing backs. You want to bring it in. You want to knock this. It's good. Every coach has to stand by his philosophy. But sometimes when it's not working, and also I don't think in my opinion anymore. And we're gonna go back to the story we had last year about this depth. You don't have depth anymore. You can't.
No, we
There's
don't.
not a
We don't.
if
We
there's not a
don't.
player that can come on and say, okay, listen, these always got us boxed. They're playing a 5-5. This is the coach. I'm the coach. They're playing a 5-5. These Niams got us boxed.
We
Go on there,
don't. We
go
don't.
on there and change the game. I want you to run
Yeah.
between the lines. I just felt Liverpool were running out of ideas, and I think
What you gonna?
fair
No,
play,
for me, bro. For
fair
me,
play
I
to
don't.
Forest, bro. Fair play
Yeah,
to
they
Forest.
need
You have to do what to do.
Forest needed that.
They needed that win.
For
I
me,
think they were
Klopp,
playing for
what
the
else
points.
Klopp's gonna do? What else can Klopp do? A
Okay,
lot
the
of ours,
players.
especially you know what happens. You know what happens. Supporters go for lowest hanging fruit. They go for the coach or the manager first. But Klopp, what else can he do with that squad?
Okay,
He's asked for those
Pip,
players. He
Pip,
asked for
that's
those
a
players. They
valid
went to
point.
Madrid. They went to Madrid. They went elsewhere. He said, "Get
Who went
those
to Madrid?
players for me." That I can never pronounce his surname.
That
CH
lighty.
Chamas. He plays in the midfield. His name
Who?
and him like we went in for players, bro. We went in for the players and we just couldn't get them.
Who is
Okay,
CH?
Valverde, we were after Valverde. We were after
Yeah.
Valverde.
Oh, this is a very top
That
player.
was a proper thing.
Yes.
We were after him. And
Oh,
look at
what
us
a
doing
player.
that.
That
So, so,
player,
so yeah.
that player was probably the easiest to get. He struggled to get into the team last year. Now he's starting. Valverde is playing every game now. So
But I mean, I think so. So
evolution
yeah.
for
So
him.
for me, who we miss, people will say, man, you know how I feel about that. We miss Origi for these moments, man. Origi would have came on at Spurs, and
Hey,
he would have
man. Hey.
got that ball in the net. We
Hey,
miss
But
Origi.
before we move past your comment, you said that
actually, where's
you
Origi?
said that.
Where's Origi? Where is he now?
AC Milan. AC Milan.
Hey,
Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Hey,
But before we move past the comments,
Yeah.
actually AC Milan won 4-1 on
Yeah,
the
they
beat
did.
Monza. But that's Farmers League. I'm not interested. Before you move past the comment, what should Klopp do now? This is a perfect example why your coach
Resign.
is the best.
No,
What?
you can never do that.
Wait.
He
This is a
must
perfect.
resign.
That's
You
why.
can,
Must
That's why it's a
resign.
perfect situation where you talk
yeah,
about tactics because
yeah.
now we're gonna move past Liverpool, but I'm gonna make a point on what you said. What might my coach do? Look, and I'll take my hats off. We can move on to the next.
Resign.
We can move on to the next coach and the next game, which is a Man City, Man United and Chelsea. Look what Chelsea's coach said. He said, "Hey, we're getting boxed in the midfield. I'm also getting clothes." He said,
Change the whole thing.
You long hair, Melly's off. You
Mm,
Rain Man, come on. Look at the difference, bro. Change the whole game.
Yeah,
that's it.
no, good points. Good
Drastic
points.
changes, bro.
Yeah,
During the game, good points.
But you see,
he
Switch
grew.
it up and break things down.
DP, Chelsea have the squad to do that. Liverpool does not. I think. Look,
Let's
you
look at
you
that
you.
bench.
You want to be objective and you want to be objective and you want to be as fair as possible. At the beginning of the season, you yourself, Tristan, what these players were saying, this is a title winning team.
Not this season, bro.
Bro, because you only
Let's say,
lost one player. You only
I
lost
did
one
say,
player and you gained two players. And you were like, this all these souls are gonna carry us forward. My point I'm trying to make is this. Klopp was happy with the team when the season started. Maybe he wasn't, but you all signed players early, you got them in pre-season. It's just not working. And I think Liverpool, and this is my personal opinion. I think Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp have developed a relationship that'll buy in time. I think it'll last till the end of the season. They'll have a recap.
yes,
They'll have a
yes,
no.
yes, we will.
Liverpool will not fire Jurgen Klopp. I think he's
Never. You can't.
I-
Out of respect as well, because
not
he's
even
done a
out of
lot.
respect. I just
No,
think
Out of
bro.
what
I
is
respect,
don't.
done,
I
he
don't think
made
it's
to
a.
the
what
end of the
is
season.
done. I don't think what he's done and the connection with the fans, everything. He's a
You
good
can't
coach.
bomb
He's
him
having a
now.
bad
Yeah,
season. He's having a bad season. You're allowed to have a
Yeah,
bad season. You're
yeah,
I
allowed to have
don't
a
think
bad
it's a
season.
fired. I don't think it's time to get fired. But I'm looking at Liverpool's
Luck is
bench.
not clapping for
Yeah,
Chelsea. Chelsea will be EOC. End of
long
contract.
time,
EOC.
long time. The man would have been by UIF office standing in a line. Have
Shut
you got your
down, shut
ID?
down.
Have you got your
Ah,
proof of address? No proof of address. Come back
you
next
would
week.
send
That's the
you
thing.
would have been sent home from Secunda if you came by Chelsea. Secunda send you home. What?
Yeah.
Anyway, we
Yeah,
are.
I think
Hey, bro.
my
Yeah.
standout result for the weekend was Spurs and Newcastle.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, that was a
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
that was
I
a
actually
Dog,
beautiful
watched
game.
that game. Newcastle
Anyhow,
well, first off, Newcastle were all over Spurs like a rash. I think it opened a lot of questions for Antonio Conte now. I think he started off the season like house on fire. People saying Spurs, take Spurs serious, Spurs. Spurs have fallen
mm,
off two losses in a row. Uh, I don't think a title winning team like I don't think Spurs are going to challenge because if they were, they'd have beat Newcastle in the race. I
But
just think
look at this comment. I was watching some online guys talk about it, and they said the issue with Spurs is his contract comes to an end. So the players are up in the air here now. What's going on? Are you signing a new contract, bro? What's the story? You're signing a new contract. So basically, it's like he hasn't signed a new contract yet. So what are we doing with Conte? And you know what he said, bro? I can only do so much. I can't perform miracles. How can you
He's
say
right.
that? Bro?
He's right. He's got a weak team. Hey, but
No,
Spurs
come on.
went and
Come on.
bought 6 players, right? They went
Yeah,
and bought 6 or 7 players. And they say buying 6 or 7 players doesn't make you have a strong team. Let's
100%.
just look at for instance as an example. Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest signed 17 players, maybe even more.
Jeez.
That doesn't mean that they're going to win a Champions League or the league, bro. It's the quality of player. It's the players adapting. There's a whole lot of look. I think the team this year or the players this year. I can tell you, in my opinion, and hit the ground running. And I see Anthony. Hey, he looks at home. Martinez. That's my opinion, bro. I'm watching.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Manchester United.
saying. I'm not saying.
I'm watching Manchester United, and I'm seeing these also playing with. Bro, you know how seldom. Look how long it took Sancho to kick in, bro. Look how long it took
still
Sancho
battling.
to kick on. He's still not firing. He's very inconsistent. Like Anthony is he's the first player I think in Manchester United's ever history to score 3 goals in his first 3 games.
Hey, bro,
He's
when
playing.
he gets the ball,
He
bro.
looks comfortable.
Look when he gets the ball. All the defenders come, like 2 defenders come to him,
He
which
looks
means he's a
comfortable.
threat.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
playing
no.
his game. Martinez looks comfortable, short number 5 like that. Yeah.
Don't even talk about Casemiro, bro. Yeah,
No, but
what a
Casemiro
difference.
had 2 brilliant games. The Spurs game, he was outstanding. This game against Chelsea, he showed glimpses, but he came up with a big goal, bro. So
Yeah.
Big one.
you know what's important
He's improved, and also like he's now adapting already, and it took him not too long, a few matches. So the quality we saw last week against Spurs and the quality against Chelsea this week, he's showing that he's kicked in, and ETH can't bench him now, and that's why Eriksen's sitting. That's why
You know what?
Eriksen's sitting. People asking why Eriksen's sitting. Casemiro pitched up.
Where's Van der Beek? Van der Beek, where is he?
Where he's under
First he got
90s.
married.
He's playing every week
No,
in the
first
under
he
90s.
wait,
He got
I'll tell you exactly
married.
what. He got married, so he went on that, that honeymoon, and then he got a knock. Only he knows where. So which is it's good thing that you
You're not playing. Where you got a knock from? You're not
Very
playing.
knocky. Very knocky.
he was in the bench for one of the games, but my thing is look at Casemiro, and what's the great part of the whole thing. Casemiro now forces Fred to play, because look how Casemiro and Fred play together.
Brilliant.
Fred is having a fantastic game, bro. Because everybody was saying, why Fred's playing? How can he play Fred? Bring on and what Fred did? Fred scored the goal. It was a cut goal, but it was a goal. So bro, for me, hey, bro, I wouldn't say I'm very happy. I'm happy with top 4. That's
What I can tell you,
season.
now, but what I'm talking on that, the show's recorded. It can go back.
DP,
Liverpool will finish in the top 4. Liverpool. That's how it is now. We've had this debate before. We said no, you must always support your team to win the title.
Yes, you have to.
When you can see, it would be foolish for me to support my team to win the title now. You know what I mean? However, because I can see our team, even though it's 14 points, we recovered 14 points in this last title race that we lost by 1 point. In January, we were 14 points behind City, but we can't do that now. Our team is weak. So top 4. This is recorded.
Top 4 is realistic in your opinion.
Realistic for now. Restart.
No, it is. I'm looking at you got 16 and Newcastle got 21. So it is. It's not.
No, it is.
So,
it is. I think the World Cup is going to be interesting. I think it's going to be interesting for many
that's
reasons.
the problem.
For injuries, it's going to be interesting for fatigue, because remember when the World Cup comes back, it's the league and then straight into Champions League. Champions League starts early February. It's gonna be tough for those. I don't know how they. I think they're raping this player. I don't know how they.
It seems like horses.
Bro, I'm seriously saying. Seriously, blinkers walking, lash you. Giddy up
Hey.
your snide,
But
run.
I
Run
think
for the
we should
bed.
leave. We should give Liverpool a break, which you never hear that from United. But I think let's discuss Newcastle a bit. What's your take on Newcastle, Como? Bro, hey,
Yeah, I've watched him, DP. I've watched him, and interesting to say, Eddie, I was put on the spotlight a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, when you're saying to me, where your club is a very sore loser, right? So he was obviously going about this Liverpool have a ceiling and we can't compete with City. There's only three clubs in the world that can buy anybody, and he's referring to Man City, PSG, and Newcastle, which is a reality in terms of their
and they just
budget,
spend
right?
so much money on. They just spend so much money on Nunes. Okay,
Not yeah, they spent almost they broke the bank for Nunes. But anyway,
You have our
um,
ceiling is capped. Couldn't buy no one else after that set.
yeah.
Bye.
But remember, you bought Diaz late in the season last year. So
Yeah.
you're spending. You're not like you're not spending. And
they
then
didn't
also,
spend wise.
yeah, you see that Newcastle now. If you look at the Newcastle signing, Newcastle. There's that central midfielder, I forget his name, that is playing with Almiron and like,
Ramirez or something like that.
yeah, what's a player? They brought him here. He came in January. He was a big money signing.
Brazilian.
Um, yeah, also the Lati from Sweden, that Isaac Lati, the Lati is brilliant, but he's injured now. So
Yeah.
they haven't spent a lot of money. They bought about 3 or 4 good players. Eddie Howe has got that team buzzing. I think we all expected them, for instance, to go for Neymar, to go for they can afford any player in the world. They can afford. Uh, I don't know if you guys have seen previously that meme where they had what's his name, De Bruyne standing in the Newcastle kit. The next team was Neymar, Kante. It was his own
I
makeshift
saw
team.
it.
We saw that thing. So we all expected them to do something like that. And they quietly went about their business. They didn't, I mean, I was a bit worried for them. They made some late signings in the window. But their football as daily, they've been consistent. They've been solid at the back. So I don't see it continuing. Honestly speaking, I think the season but you never know. The season that Chelsea and Liverpool are having,
You know that there's just
places there for anyone to take,
yeah.
in
So
my
two
opinion.
things from there. What you're saying, there, comments. The last one you spoke about, they don't have the legs possibly, because a lot of their players are not going to play in the World Cup. I think maybe okay,
Yeah,
no, there will be quite a few, not like City and Liverpool and United and Chelsea. But the other thing is that they silently spent, but they didn't
yeah, they
expend to
spend.
our
They spend about
expectation.
200 more,
They spent 70, 37, 17,
or 200
almost
more,
like almost yeah, between 150 and 200
or
million that they've
200.
spent.
They
So,
spend.
but they've done it well. They've done it well. They bought the right players for now. Um,
Mm.
reminded me of City when they did it. I mean, City bought Rapinho, then they bought not they didn't go out splashing. They bought other average players around them, and then they went in. So I think they could
Same,
end up in
same, same
Europa,
with
bro.
Liverpool.
I say
Yeah,
Europa spot for Newcastle.
same with
Europa spot.
Liverpool. That's what Liverpool did. Liverpool quietly went and got Mane. Mane came from Newcastle.
Yeah,
There's no hype
yeah,
around
yeah.
Mane. They, that's how you build a team. It takes you three,
That's how
four,
you build
four,
a team.
four
That's how you
years.
build a
4 years
team.
equals eight transfer windows in between January and obviously
Mm.
that summer run. So it's 8 transfer windows possible to get your strong team firing. So Newcastle going forward, I think if they maintain it, if they get into Europe, they're gonna splash next season. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's the big one. That's a
That's it.
valid point.
Splashy.
So what I
Making
noticed
a
in the game, I said
yeah.
at Lighty, and I know you're talking about Guimarães or even pronouncing it. I say Almiron. I was watching Almiron. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
listen,
on fire.
he's firing.
He's come on. He struggled. It took him a long time. He
He
was
was
buzzing,
always
but he
good
wasn't.
though. There was
He
just no
just
goals in his
wasn't.
game.
Yeah, it
Hot
was no
and cold.
goals.
He's like ESCOM. One day the lights is on, one day the lights is off. They don't know. He doesn't. That's what him.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we're gonna move on
no,
past Newcastle. We're gonna go to UEFA results. And bro, I was looking at the groups, and obviously, Como, that game with you and Salzburg was a tough game, man. Those
it was a
passes
tough
that
game. I
Salzburg
watched it
made
last
it there.
night. I
How
was
was
I was in
that
between, I
pass?
was in between that game. Yeah, Havertz scored a beautiful goal. I think Kovacic is my player of the season so far for Chelsea. He's been really consistent. Also, I was very happy with Gallagher. Gallagher reminds me of Harvey Elliott. He was up and down. He's got a bright future if he can just add goals to his game. That's important. But for me, the result that stood out for me yesterday was Juventus losing to Benfica. That is
Yeah,
Juventus
nah,
completely. That is Juventus completely. Juventus's coach is in big trouble. They're sitting
And
seventh in the league.
I was gonna get the comment. So that the funny thing about that whole thing is that Pogba was trending on Twitter, and they said Pogba left Man United and he said he only wants to go to a Champions League. When he got to
Mm.
Juventus, he got injured. Juventus now gets
Hey,
demoted to Europa. He meets Man United in Europa.
stuff.
Yeah.
I see there's a stuff Muti. Yeah, someone
No,
needs him.
bro, that's
Right.
scripting at
Yo,
its best, which
parties.
means they're definitely gonna meet Man United now, bro. And
Yeah.
Pogba gets scored for when he goes to knock United out, he still gets revenge.
For sure.
You
For
know
Yeah,
sure.
all
I
the
those
think
things,
second
bro.
the second half of
yeah,
the year, guys. I think second half of the year, football is gonna be it's
jumping.
gonna be crazy. It's gonna be jumpy.
Jumping.
Yeah,
Rocks
bro.
nigga.
Hey, Juventus. I watched that game. It was a good game, but Juventus had not. Okay, the game ended. I think it ended 4-3. But
Mm.
Juventus, their
Juventus
goals
is
were luck.
poor. They poor.
Yeah,
Juventus is poor. They bad.
yeah.
This
So
season they're
we
very
won't talk
bad.
about the Dortmund and City. True, we're not really going to focus on that because
Yeah,
it
I
wasn't
think
they.
I think
They
also the biggest
clear.
result yesterday was they clear. Also the biggest result yesterday was that PSG, well, they had a very easy team. They won 7-2, but what was good to see that all of those scored 2 goals each. Messi scored two, Neymar
Haifa,
scored two,
Maccabi.
Mbappe scored two. Yeah, Maccabi Haifa. So yeah, PSG. Look, I'm not really worried about PSG. To be honest, today I can play PSG on a Tuesday, on a Sunday, on a Saturday
It,
after
it,
after
no one
late.
ever, no one looks at
Anytime.
PSG's results unless they're playing in a quarterfinal or semis,
And
bro.
they
No
are,
one's worried about
yeah, for
PSG.
real.
Yeah,
Surprisingly, also what happened yesterday. Also, Real Madrid lost. Real Madrid lost to I think it was Shakhtar.
Yeah, Leipzig. My favorite keeps
Leipzig,
them
yeah,
out.
well, yeah, they lost to like
Leipzig.
Google scored a great goal as well as Timo Werner. Timo Werner looks comfortable in Germany. He
You
just
see,
looks, he just
he
looks
does, and also
comfortable.
I think he also likes playing around academy players. You know, it's
Yeah,
sometimes it's a
I don't
thing. You
know,
know,
but yeah, maybe it is, maybe
because
it is.
remember. I remember when even like when you should play academy, maybe under 17 under 19, only young.
Yeah,
You'll always
free.
have one older that's in the team,
Yeah,
and he buzzes in the
exclusive.
team.
Yeah,
So yeah,
But bro, you know what it is. You know what it is with Timo Werner. He's my favorite player. I'm a gamer. You know, I play
I like
FIFA
him.
one way, and he's one of my favorite players. I was disappointed against Chelsea. Sometimes players don't work out at certain clubs. De
No,
Bruyne,
true,
for example. You know, sometimes you get a
true,
player can come, he
true.
can score 25 for you. Torres, you know, it's just
No, then
and it's not the player's
we can
bad.
name and name and name. There's a lot
Yeah,
of them. There's a lot of them.
it's
It
it's it's a team
doesn't
style of
work
play
for
that
you.
doesn't suit that player. It's
Correct.
simple as that. Yeah.
And I think also with Chelsea, you know what, right? Some players some players are stars in their teams, and then they go to a team of stars, and then they don't shine. It happens all the time. Timo Werner is a star in Leipzig. He's always been. I think the move for him didn't suit him. Look, the one player for me that's really pushing through our team now this season is Havertz. He's really playing well. I'm glad he got a goal yesterday. Um, I mean, makes Chelsea undefeated under Graham Potter. That's what now 7 games, four
but now
wins.
do you think you can continue challenging without that bite up front because your blowouts and Cole up front there.
Yeah,
And if
look,
Havertz does get injured, who else is going to do that? You know,
Havertz is
maybe
not
you should
playing
buy.
up front.
Maybe you should get Cristiano Ronaldo in the window.
But
And
Havertz is
that's
not
the
playing up front.
and
That's
that's
the
why I brought
beauty
that
of it.
up.
That's why Havertz is having a good season. He's playing his number 10 role. Up front, we
Sure.
got a bomber
Yeah.
and that light team Proya or whatever his name is. They play up front.
Roger.
So yeah, yeah, he's been with Chelsea, the Albanian light. He's been with Chelsea since he was 8 years old. So he knows the club, he knows everybody. I'm rooting for him to score. I mean, he scored his first goal a couple of weeks ago. Aubameyang just needs 2 goals on the trot, and then he'll kick on. But and the goals need to come. I'm worried about it. I don't see us challenging for. Look, no one thought Chelsea would challenge for the Champions League that year we won it because we didn't have a striker. We were playing with the false 9-hole and we won it. So if we get into the quarters, anything is possible.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah. Champions
Just,
League.
just,
Yeah.
just.
Gunning Champions League.
The topic is CR7, but I just want everybody's like opinion on it. It's actually quite an irritating topic, but I'm gonna give my opinion on it. The way I see it,
100%.
the way I see it, United should just say, check it, it's not working out. Let's leave on a good note. Let you go. We can use that money, that salary, to get someone in the January transfer window, someone who suits our style of play. Because what happens now everything starts to center around him. He's a good player, he's a fantastic player, but everything that's happened, and you know what makes me cross about Ronaldo, the whole Ronaldo situation. Roy Keane, Rio Ferdinand, quite a few of the ex-Man United bosses came out and they said
They're standing with
what
him. Standing.
what they teenagers doing to CR7 is wrong. Okay, let's stop there. The
That's
man
wrong.
refused to turn up to preseason.
That's
The man
wrong.
refused he sold himself out to all our other clubs during that window. Then he refused to come on the game. And Eric Ten Hag took a stand and said, "No, it doesn't work like that on me. You get bossed. You go sit with the lighties." And then they want to come out and say what is it? Even Kevin Peterson commented, and United removed the comments. Kevin Peterson, United was holding about cricket, and Kevin Peterson said, "Hey, please delete my photo. Don't come mention me, your rubbish team with your useless coach. That will be forgotten because he's abusing Ronaldo." So
Don't
yeah, and you know what's a funny thing, bro? And it reminds me of iPhone. They call him sheeple. You don't have an opinion on nothing else. You're only supporting a player. And there's a lot of United fans that are like that. You don't support Manchester United, you support Ronaldo. So if Ronaldo's not doing well, you're like, oh, it's a coach. No, bro. A player's not
Yeah.
doing well, a team, bro.
Yeah.
In this case, a team.
Here's my opinion.
Short.
Here's my footballing opinion about this situation. This is my footballing opinion. Ronaldo was the highest goal scorer in your team last year.
24.
You'll have no goal scorer in your team this year. That's 1 + 1. And Tanaga's making it equals 3. He should be playing. That's my opinion. Forget about everything else. You're not scoring goals, Darren. You're not scoring. He was the highest goal scorer in your team last year at 38 years old. He keeps himself fit. I promise you, he's still the first one there, the last one to leave. Why is he not playing?
My issue is not with he's a
Football
fantastic
reason
player. I
why.
would love him to. No, I don't think it's the press. I think also
Would you Roy
can't-
Keane even said this is new thing about what is new thing about press. Would you
Haaland
rather
doesn't press.
we all would you rather have a press or goals?
No,
Goals.
Haaland doesn't press, bro. So you can't. The
Why
press
does-
is not the issue.
Everybody say this. Check here. In every football team, there's always been somebody who doesn't do the work.
Look at that.
In
So
the-
look at
There's
if you look
always
at if you
been that play.
if-
Does Salah
if you-
press?
he presses, but Haaland doesn't
Can't
press.
press nothing.
Haaland
Haaland doesn't press.
Haaland
Kane
doesn't.
doesn't press.
Haaland doesn't press. So,
No.
but you know what? The opinions on this topic is dead down the center. Roy Keane's right. Gary Neville's right. You saw
Correct.
the arguments, huh? You saw in the studio.
Yeah.
Hey, they were going for it.
Jimmy Floyd is
Hey,
laughing.
Hey, yeah, man, put him under pressure.
In the man in the middle, stuck in
He
the
didn't know
middle.
what to do. But both sides are correct. Ronaldo
Both
should
sides
be
valid
playing,
points.
and it's the way he's benching him. It's not just benching; it's the way
That's
he's
my
benching
point.
him.
Yeah,
He
that's
doesn't
the
play him
way.
on the. At least give him 10 minutes against City. 80th minute, bring him on, or 70, 60th minute because you're already losing. Bring him on against.
It's here.
Put him on the bench against Chelsea.
It's here.
Bring him
Right,
on as
put him on the
impact player.
bench against
However, these actions and responses doesn't justify it. You know what I mean?
Correct.
The way he
I
acted off
agree.
the bench,
I agree.
he
I
can't be
said
acting
this-
that way. He can't be
I said
acting
this the
that
other
way
day, people.
because
I
he's
was
creating now a whole
clear.
different tension. So
Correct.
yeah, that's
I
my
said
view. Down
I
the
said
center.
football reasons for me. Okay, City, I can get it. The game was too high for him. He believes that. Ronaldo's the fittest man ever. He believes that. Keep him on the bench. Now, when you go play a small team, why isn't Ronaldo starting? When you played Newcastle, why isn't Ronaldo starting? You played Southampton, why isn't Ronaldo starting?
Mm.
You're not scoring goals. I don't get it. You want to press. You want to have a high press against Newcastle and Southampton and Bournemouth. Come on. Let the man go and express himself.
Valid points.
You need to get 700 goals if you can't play this game.
But it's a sticky situation.
It's gone too far.
It's too far. It's sticky now. It's sticky.
Now he must. Now Manchester United must tell him, say, "Short, my bro." They must do what Arsenal did. Arsenal said to Aubameyang, "Big story. Go for free." They didn't ask for 2 cents. Go for free. They took this big wage bill off their hands. That's what they need to do. Tell another go, my man. Pick your team, go, and then clap.
Yeah, the problem is nobody wants him, and teams are coming out and saying we don't want him.
Wages are too high, and he's prima donna ways are catching up.
Yeah, and Sporting just came out now and said we'd love him. Our fans want him, but in reality, we cannot afford him.
That's
Because
why you see, and let me tell you, you see the reason why he said that, press conference where the whole world is watching, because
So
he's waiting
Ronaldo
for
must
the
be out.
no, so the mafia can come forth and say, let's pay the
I'm telling
man's
you,
wages. The
I'm
mafia's
telling
gonna
you, I'm
pay his
telling you.
wages. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, guys, it was a good show. I don't
yeah,
think that
short.
there's some UEFA Champions League starting now. So I was
Yeah.
looking at
Yeah,
the Liverpool's versus Ajax, but even if Liverpool lose, there's no way. Yeah, they still qualifying those mud. That's
Ajax,
don't
yeah.
know.
For
Ajax.
for for Liverpool,
Yeah,
we just gotta win. That's all. We getting
I say
some.
I saw in closing. I saw an interesting thing about Ajax. I was watching one of these podcasts from these guys from London, and I know tune a bro. That whole Ajax team was a bunch of frauds. You tune all those good players when they played together. They made it to the Champions League final. They made it to the Europa League final. I think the year or 2 years before. That's where Manchester won against. You remember when Manchester beat them against Latano
mm,
scored the winning goal, and then 2 years later they made it to the Champions League final against semi final against Spurs. So Jude, all those players that left, CH, rubbish. Van der Beek, rubbish. Jude, it's right. Jude,
the defender, the
Delete,
centre back for Juventus.
delete, rubbish. Jude, the only player who seems to actually show that he can actually play this game is De Jong. Jude, all those players that left are garbage. Jude, Jude, Sebastian Haller left, heart attack. Actually, they're all rubbish. You know, a bunch of frauds. They are burst out laughing. Actually, they're hectic, man. Some merit in
That-
it, though.
Anyway,
They
guys,
all
it was a good show.
for sure,
We'll
gents.
get some. Enjoy your
Peace.
evening. We're out.
Let's see you guys.
Hope
Ciao.
Liverpool
For
gets
sure.
relegated.
Ah.
Yo, hectic, man. Like,
Okay.